Okay, we're for log number 5. Now, this one is not super relevant necessarily as to what the gameplay is. This is more talking about my intentions. I'm just going to go with a pretty standard build order for things on this planet. Different planets have different build orders that are more optimal, of course, because you have different environmental conditions to contend with, but this is a pretty good guess as far as things go. Now, what we want to talk about here is some of like the nature of how this game is being balanced, and that is talking about logistics as a major concern. Um, I think it is compelling to have a military that you have to maintain in a realistic way. So you want certain stockpiles of ammunition to have to be accessed every so often. But you also want not just the stockpiles of ammunition to be available. Um, you want people to have to repair things. You want men to have to transport things. Setting up an entire logistics chain to a successful military. I would love to have trucks that could relocate sandbags and ammo stockpiles on the move. I would love to have little drones you could put in orbit, or rather small craft you could put in orbit that would fire down small devices that you could use on the ground, like ammo stockpiles, like drop pod those from orbit, little things like that. I think would be tons of fun. Um, Lots of little details like that I think would really be what I would enjoy. And I think a lot of my vision from this comes from having played a unhealthy amount of Lego Rock Raiders, to be entirely daft. Lego Rock Raiders is a kids RTS game that is literally entirely based on the concept of logistics. The entire game is literally just logistics simulator. You want this many men, have to make sure you have supplies for this many men. Want to put paved paths where you can to speed up their movement. Want to train them so they get moving better. You can add vehicles so they do things faster. You want to add upgrades to the vehicles so those vehicles can do even higher yield, higher tiers of vehicles you can get to do the job even better still. It's very interesting like that, and I think that game is actually a lot of fun even as an adult, just based on like that rough premise that things are based on. I trust this guy's just really sucking at his job, isn't he? There's a line of code I think I have isolated that causes that, so I'm gonna have to fix that next. Actually, yeah, we can finish this if we really want, but this isn't super important just yet. Boom, get this guy in here. Okay, there we go. Nice. Okay, get this guy to guard that. I guess we can probably get a couple jetpack laborers to build me some walls over here. I'd be smart. I'd be building myself multiple construction fronts. We'll do that for once. That's a really weird strategy I've never tried. Oops, and we accidentally just did that. That was no good. We've got all our stuff built, so let's go install some more full walls over here. But lots of little things like that. I would love to have it so tanks, vehicles, etc. have to go back and reload for ammo. We already have magazines and resupplying turrets. So you want to have like certain types of supply points you can manage with your men fairly often. This guy's aim actually isn't half bad as far as artillery code goes. Who is, however, a friendly fire machine. Yeah, just wiped out an entire fucking series of our fucking defending men. To be improved, to be sure. Oh wow, he's trying to build a lepto generator. Oh, that's fine. I have this piece of artillery sieging him now. But I would love to have this. I mean, look at this. We still don't have tanks. We don't have the fucking the Jotnar. We don't have starships. There's an entire thing where you can go into an orbital mode here, and you can just view what's in high orbit above the planet. So I have a lot of plans for this. I would love to have a full scale, full complexity, managing like a managing a full on army as you are working your way across a battlefield on a given planet. I would love to have that. That would absolutely make my day. That was something I'd be a tremendous fan of. Oh, and he just killed everyone else. Yeah, we need something for that. We need to add like barbed wire or something to slow down the enemy. That would be compelling. Little things like that. And I am getting invaded. That's fine. Just bomb the command center. Yeah, that'll really help out. Our only hope is the friendly fire machine. Oh my god. Oh shit. I mean, in fairness, this guy's getting a lot of kills, but this is great. I mean, you feel like you're managing a real full size military. You're getting into all the nitty gritty of a lot of little things. This to me is really compelling. It's something you don't see in a lot of other RTS games, and if you can streamline everything else to where you don't have to make every basic element of playing the game a headache, it makes it really great to be able to manage components like this. It allows you to add more depth without adding more inconvenience necessarily. Oh, yes, this guy's trying to reload the turret, but I'm out of energy. Oops. Hate it when that happens. But yeah, it's kind of my intentions here. This game is going to be Total Annihilations meets Rock Raider, essentially, is the premise for it. And I think that's a good place to end our fifth and final devlog, talking about my intentions for the future. I'll probably show more about this when I'm starting to really get to like actual robust content, like maybe like adding different what I'm trying to say, like adding different factory types. Oh, interesting. This guy is null health somehow. But yeah, adding different factory types to things as well. Um, so once we start getting like tanks and mechs and aircraft and starships and stuff, I think that would be a really fun time. Start making more devlogs. In addition to like actually getting real models instead of all these placeholders. Some of these placeholders are still pretty cool, but they are ultimately like a meme. Anyways, that's all for now.